Hey folks, how you doing? Myself and Indigo the Phoenix, we're having a discussion there about self-acceptance and the importance of self-acceptance in our lives and really just what it can bring us, and maybe the positions we put ourselves in life to help us gain self-acceptance as well. One thing that sparked this conversation, I was watching a video on YouTube of a bodybuilder who was saying that he was making a video on self-worth, but it was really self-acceptance he was talking about, but he was calling it self-worth, and he was talking on a bit of a more superficial level. And he was saying that he was talking about another bodybuilder who he kind of looked up to, and he was saying that other bodybuilder was saying that when he was off season and he had a bit more kind of bulk and fat on his body, he didn't like to socialize. He wouldn't go out to clubs or speak to women or anything like that because he felt he didn't have any confidence, because he felt that he wasn't in good shape. But of course he was massive, he was bulky. And then this guy who was making the video was saying, well, that's really interesting, he says, because I'm the opposite. He says, when I'm ripped going for a competition, he says, I don't like to go out to clubs or socialize or anything because I feel skinny. But when I'm off season, I'm bulky, that's when I've got all my confidence, when I've got this big back and big arms and all this sort of stuff. And he says that's when I can go out to the clubs and be confident with the women and socialize and stuff like that. So it's interesting, and he was saying, well, it's interesting perspective that we have on our identities and what makes us feel confident and things like that. But really what it comes down to is self-acceptance. He was basically saying underneath it all that he couldn't accept himself when he had a certain build, and the other guy couldn't accept himself when he had a certain build, which were opposites, right? But it just shows that it's a complete illusion. It's absolutely a complete illusion, and when you can see that, then the illusion starts to drop away. I can relate to it because I remember I used to dabble in bodybuilding when I was younger. When I was 17, I used to go out to the clubs and things, and I used to wear like 3 or 4 t-shirts under my top, not because it was cold, but because to give me a more bulky sort of look, because I couldn't accept myself. I had some insecurities and some sort of immaturity back then, as you kind of do as a teenager. But some people just keep that going throughout their whole lives. They don't deal with it, and that's the case with many bodybuilders. Is they, instead of dealing with it, they build up a big shell around it. They build up their armor, which is their big body, and they keep the insecurity within themselves. I'm not saying this is true for all bodybuilders, but it's quite a common thread. So don't take offense if that's not you. It's quite a common thread. So what they're really building when they go to the gym and build, they're just building an ego. They're building this false self around themselves to stop themselves from going deep within themselves and finding their true self. So I put myself in many situations in life to probably totally unconsciously to find self-acceptance. Where there's times when I have been like injured, and my body's kind of gone to crap, and I've been weak and haven't been able to do like even one press up for over 6 months, and at that time we got to a place where just having to accept myself. Really going, okay, I totally accept that. I am not my body, and it doesn't matter what my body is like. And just accepting that, and instead of feeling insecure about that and feeling that I can't go about doing certain things because of that. Put myself in situations where I've just literally got no money. A lot of people, they build up they can only accept themselves if they have this big bank balance, or if they have this big body, or if they have these ripped abs or whatever. And if they don't have them, then they can't accept themselves. But one of the keys in life. If we keep going, we'll find it. But if we keep avoiding it, then it will keep coming back to hit us. Is life will always throw at us things so we can learn to accept ourselves just as we are, without the bank balance, without the car, without the nice clothes, without the house, without the girl, without the guy, without the social standing, whatever it is, without all that, without the tanned, ripped body. So we can accept ourselves just as we are. So yeah, there's been times when I've been, my physique has been bad because I've been injured. I haven't had a penny in the bank. I've literally, no money for food, and I've just been able to just go, okay, this is okay. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with not having a penny. I'm okay with not having a strong physique at the moment. That's okay. And accepting it, accepting myself, not beating myself up, not feeling insecure about it, just going, okay, I accept this. Being able to accept ourselves, being able to accept events in life, because all sorts of events will happen to us. A lot of people say we create our own lives, but events will happen. Even for those who totally 100% believe we completely create our own lives, events will happen to show up to teach us self-acceptance. And it's, what I'm saying is, don't run away from self-acceptance. Don't run away when we get shown those opportunities to learn to accept ourselves. Whatever our business goes through the ground, whenever we get injured or we get sick or whatever, to realize that we're more than this body, we're more than our bank account, we're more than the social standing we have or the reputation that we have. Because to be honest, we've got thousands of reputations. Everyone that knows us sees us in a different light. So we've got thousands of reputations. Reputation isn't something that we can control 100%, because no matter how we are, there are people who will have different values to us that will look at us in a different light. And what some people will love about us, other people will hate that about us. So we can't control our reputation, so we may as well throw that one to the wind. But what we can control is our character. And we do have more control of our character and how we show up. Even when we're sick or injured or when we're penniless. And life will keep throwing us those things until we learn how to do it. And that is when we can start to consciously evolve, when we really aren't attached to all those things, and we can let them go and accept ourselves just as we are, without all the stuff, without the big muscles or the fit body or the big bank account or the nice car or anything like that. So all those things in life, welcome them. Welcome them as opportunities to learn and opportunities to grow and become more of ourselves. That's about it, isn't it, Indigo? That's kind of all we discussed, right? Yeah. That's it, guys. Okay, that's it from me. That's it from Number One Son. See you next time.